Two sisters, two voices.
You think it, we say it.
Straight up sisters with Roxy and LaSusie.
I am fearless. I am energetic. I am bold. I am unapologetic.
They're coming. Straight up sisters with Roxy and LaSusie.
Okay, guys, we are back. Straight Up Sisters, the podcast.
Yo, season 22, episode 3.
I know, man. Hard work, dedication. Como dice Nipsey Hussle. Consistency, hard work, dedication. You know what's so crazy, Susie? The other day, I went to one of my girl, Davina. She owns a publishing company.
Yes.
And I went to...
I'm going to hit her up because I'm working on something.
Okay, good. I went to Gracias Madre because another fellow author
I love Gracias
released.
Madre.
Girl, I had not been there in a minute, and I forgot how amazing everything looks
How
so
do you
good.
not go? And you live closer to there than me.
No, but
You want to know why? Because me and Mel somos como calzón de puta.
you know what
Andamos para
I
allá,
kept
para abajo.
asking the guy, and I was like, the tiramisu's dairy free.
Everything there is
Oh my God, the
vegan.
churros are dairy free, and
Raquel, tell me you were not that girl.
I forgot it would look because
It's literally a vegan restaurant.
I know, but I hadn't been there for so long. He's like, the guy goes, todo en el menú es vegano, and I'm like.
And you still ask
I
him.
just couldn't believe they had a dairy-free tiramisu. Like, oh my God.
You're the type of people we talk about.
Good.
Like at the salon,
Wouldn't be
for
the
sure.
first, wouldn't be the last.
Okay, but why do you do that?
Because I just couldn't believe that the food was just all dairy-free. I forgot.
You've been there before. It's a beautiful vibe.
Sometimes it's
and it's a
unbelievable.
vegan restaurant. What?
Sometimes I only asked like twice. I didn't ask like 7 times. But I was like, he's like, sí, todo en el menú. And I was like, he's like, no has venido. ¿Has venido? I go, he venido, pero it's been a long time. He goes, por eso. He goes, pero yeah, everything is dairy free. But I ate the most delicious wet burrito. It was
I love their
so
tacos de
big.
papa.
It was so good. And I only ate half because I just couldn't eat the other half. It was like that. It was filled with like jackfruit. And it just tasted like real meat. And then I ate, I had a glass of wine with that. And then I ate tiramisu.
So even the wine is vegan?
That I don't know.
Well,
I mean,
yes,
isn't
it's a vegan
wine
restaurant? No, because sometimes they filter wine through something that's made of fish bones or something like that. I think, if I'm not mistaken. So if it's a vegan wine, then it comes in contact with nothing that's animal based.
Okay, I didn't know. I didn't ask about the wine. I should have.
Well, it's a vegan restaurant.
But I'm assuming that it is. But you know what I had with my tiramisu? I had espresso martini. It was so freaking good. And
the food there is
and it
fantastic.
was tiny. It came in it didn't come in your regular espresso. I'm sorry, martini cup. It came in like a really, really tiny cup, and it was just like perfect. I had forgotten how delicious Gracias Madre was. But what was my point
I just
of telling
went there
you
the other day with Sean.
Oh, so my point of telling you this was, where was I going with this? Oh my God, I'm gonna see.
You went to a book launch,
but there was a point.
with your friend.
Yes, here we go. Okay, so I was there, right? And so there was a 2 tables of lovely ladies, and then so there was this woman there, and she's Dominican, and she goes, like, she was just looking at me. She's like, tú eres Roxy. And I go, sí. She goes, no me lo. Oh my God. And I'm like not really fanning out, but more like surprised to see me. And I'm just like, ¿por qué? She's like, no lo vas a creer, chica. No lo vas a creer. You know, Dominicans, they talk with that. And she goes, yo quiero hacer un podcast. She goes, and she was telling me that her mom passed away, so it's really just taking a toll on her emotional.
we produce.
She goes, but can I tell you? She goes, de que ayer yo le estaba mandando tu podcast que tienes con tu hermana a mi potential productor, telling him like, I love these girls. She goes, I was talking about you and your sister, and I was sending him clips from your Instagram. I'm like, I love how they talk. I want to be transparent like them. She goes, nunca en mi vida pensé de que yo te iba a conocer ahora. She goes, and that is my mom. And girl, she got emotional. She goes, that is my mom coming to me through you, telling me that I got to do this because I'm so afraid. And she's like, I get really nervous, and I said,
is she an author?
She goes, I'm really shy. I said, girl, you are not shy, because the moment you saw me, you were like, bah, 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 bah. And I go, stop telling
No, but you can be an extroverted introvert.
Listen, I saw her talking to everybody the way she was talking to me. And I was like,
because she felt comfortable in that space.
Maybe, but she didn't give me
I'm the same way. If the vibe is good, you will get the best of me immediately. If the vibe is
maybe.
iffy, or or a little weird, then I will be more conservative. The same with Mel. And you always say, Mel's not shy. I'm like, no, it's because Mel's comfortable. But when Mel is like out of sorts or the vibe doesn't feel comfortable, then he is more conserved.
Yeah,
like
maybe
conservative.
maybe that's just the story she's telling herself. It could be both. It could be that she is conservative, just felt comfortable, or it could just be a story she's telling herself. And I even told her that.
No,
She
it's
goes,
not a story.
But
It's
she
the
said
truth.
maybe
Sometimes
you're right.
people
She
go
goes,
off vibes. You don't.
I do, but I think this girl has a great personality. It's my first time meeting her.
Well, and she was among a great group of women.
Maybe that's what it was, but she was like open right away, and so she just felt like me being there was confirmation. And she even showed me her phone. There was like 7 screenshots that she had sent, like the person that wants to produce her podcast, and she was like, "This is my sign. This is the sign that I needed because I've just been in a space of fear." And I was like, yeah, I think so too. So I was like, oh my God, I'm so glad that we can inspire people to want to become podcasters.
Yeah. Is she an author?
No,
Oh,
but
okay.
I think some of the women there are future authors that they're working on their book currently.
Oh, okay.
And then some of them are, just Davina's friends that they've known for a long time, or they just a support
Yeah. system
system for Davina. She's bi-coastal.
Yes.
Is it bi-coastal where you're like
by country?
No, she's actually like
Coastal is when you live on the East Coast or the West Coast.
No, she's not bi-coastal. She's, what does she call herself? She calls herself somebody that doesn't work in a nomad.
Oh,
Nomad. So she was in Tulum, and then she was in Colombia, then she was in Tulum, now she's in LA, then God knows where she's going next, to Miami or something. Our friend Gigi?
Yes.
She's moving to Spain.
To Spain?
You guys know Gigi
Gigi, the first gen mentor.
Oh my God. So
what's taking her to Spain? I know she's leaving Chicago.
Yesterday I was in her Instagram stories. You follow her, right?
Yes.
And
I just congratulated her for being brave to taking the next move, but I never figured out where she was going.
I was like, because she posted a picture of like all her luggage.
Yes.
And she goes, Chicago, it was great.
Yes,
like,
I saw that.
living here, it was all,
You've been good to me.
You've been good to me, and till next time. And I was like, girl, where are you going? Because I know about 5 people that had left the country, right? And if you're gonna leave the country, now just feels like the perfect time to leave the country. It really just feels right to a lot of people. Like they're like, let me self-deport.
Yeah.
Because fuck all this bullshit. So she goes, girl, I'm going to Spain. And I said, what? She goes, I got approved for a 3-year digital nomad visa. These places like Spain, they're giving people digital nomad visas, so you're not like over there illegally.
Yeah.
So she's like, me and my husband, we're gonna settle in. She gave me the place in Spain where they're settling, but yeah, they're off to Spain, and I'm like,
her.
I know, like Fabi just moved to Spain,
Yeah.
and she's waiting for like her visa to get approved for her daughter, but I'm just like, yeah, she's off to Spain, and I mean, she could do that because what she does, I think, is she coaches people digitally, and her book, and They cost of living is cheaper in any part of the world versus the United States.
I mean, not if you leave it and you ask the president of the United States right now.
Yeah, he swears egg prices have gone down.
Inflation is down. Stock markets are the highest it's ever been. Egg prices are the lowest they've ever been. Groceries are not expensive. Everything's great.
It's so crazy because I feel that the prices are going up at the store.
Absolutely.
Even if it's by a couple of cents. But so now my big thing has been like going to the Asian markets. And ladies and gentlemen, wherever you live, the Asian markets are cheaper. And you may not be able to read the nutrition facts, although I'm noticing like it's not like Tokyo. Here, like when I go to Tokyo Central, which is the Asian market, which they have a ton of them all over the United States. You should see if they have one in the IE. The nutrition, everything is in Japanese writing, but the nutrition facts are in English.
For me right now, the way that I'm saving money is I'm making sure that I'm not overbuying groceries and I'm using everything that I buy.
Yeah.
And what's been really major for me and Mal lately is nutrition facts, for example.
Yep.
And I make sure that everything that is in the food that we're eating, I understand and I can read it. The less ingredients, the better. Like we've been eating a shit ton of vegetables. Like we've been eating just, if it's packaged, it's make sure that it's like very understandable what it is. So, because grocery prices have gone up for sure. And I mean, I used to be able to get out of the market for just melanite on $100, and now it's at least $200. It's doubled.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It is.
but because I'm not out there cutting corners either. So this is the thing. Like, it's such a catch-22. People will start to buy the stuff that's cheaper, so to save money because it's in budget, but that's usually the stuff that's crappier.
I know.
And it's so sad to put people in that position. So the way that we combat it is we're going to eat more fresh.
Yeah.
Because produce might go up, but it's not going to go as high as stuff that's like prepackaged, and you can fill yourself up.
Yeah.
You know?
I bought a big old caja of mangoes at the Asian market. It was like those small mangoes, because those big mangoes these days, they don't have flavor. So it's like those,
And any fruit that's really big, it's probably GMO.
well, you know those little mangoes that they use to make the mango sticky rice?
Uh-huh.
Well, it was a big box. I want to say that box of mangoes had like 15 little mangoes for $13 at the Asian market. And like when I cut them, because that's what Roz likes to eat that as a snack, everyone's like, where are you getting those mangoes? Because the mangoes that I got don't look like that. And I'm like, it's the small mango, and they're literally ripe. Like, that's why those restaurants use them for the sticky mango rice, because they're literally at the perfect, like I've been eating 2-3 mangoes a day so they don't go bad, but I love them. And they're
Making them
little.
into smoothies too, or paletas.
Oh my God, I love eating, and I love sucking the semilla, the mango semilla.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the Asian market that I go to, they have black watermelons. Have you seen black watermelons?
No.
They're black on the outside and they're like super red on the inside.
So what makes them
And they're
black
like
on the outside?
$7.99.
Are they modified? What makes them black on the outside?
No, there's black watermelons. They're
That has to be a hybrid with
no,
something.
it's not. There's actually black watermelons, and you find those like in Japan and China, and they're from that region. They're Asian.
see.
There's a lot of stuff you find at the Asian markets that you don't find at the
Is
regular
a black
store.
watermelon naturally bred?
It comes from Asian countries. That's what they told me there. Según the lady told me. What does it say? Hello?
Okay, it says black beauty watermelons are named after their unusual dark rind coloring and are favored by melon enthusiasts for their sweet flavor, dense, juicy flesh, and smaller size. The variety of a common watermelon sold in local markets all throughout Asia and is a rare, novel home garden variety in the United States and Europe.
Yeah, they're
But
like
it doesn't tell me if it's.
they're
yeah, it should be.
they're
They're
from
the little
Asia.
tiny ones.
No, they're not tiny. So they're not like the round seedless ones that you find at Costco. But they're not the little tiny ones either. They're like in between. You know what I'm talking about? The ones that they sell at Costco? The seedless?
Yeah, I've seen them, but they're usually little.
No, the ones at the Asian market, they're not large, they're not little. They're like medium.
Yeah, but they are. They're natural.
They are.
But they're more common to Asia, like you said.
And you just find like a lot of vegetables at the Asian markets that you don't find at Trader Joe's or Ralph's or, wherever you shop. You're just,
My jam lately is oyster mushrooms,
love
broccolini, bok choy. I've been stuck on that.
and how do you make them though? Do you put them in the oven?
I roast the broccolini. Bok choy, I usually put them in my soup. And the oyster mushrooms, I'll mix them with protein, or I'll put them in my soup. And then arugula.
The oyster mushrooms are the
Arugula's
long
so good.
ones, right? The long skinny ones?
No, they're not the long skinny ones. No, they're long, but they're a little bit more girthy.
Oh, okay.
And when I cook them in my soup, I make sometimes just I get the kettle and fire broth, and I boil my oyster
It's like
mushrooms
bone
in it.
broth, right?
Oh my God, yeah. And I boil the oyster mushrooms in it with some bok choy, and the oyster mushrooms like sucks in the flavor of the broth, and it tastes, it feels like I'm eating chicken.
And that's your favorite right there, right? Because it's literally
so
sopa.
bomb.
I know. Yesterday I had sopa too. I made this I got the Tom Yum Kung paste, vegetarian paste at the Asian market, and then I put bok choy, and then I was cooking my brisket in it. With people were like, "You've never had shabu shabu here?" And I was like, "No, the first time I had shabu
You've never had shabu shabu here?
No, the first time I had shabu shabu was in Japan.
Raquel, sometimes you act so brand new.
I eat at home a lot. I don't go out to eat. So I've had a Korean barbecue, but I had never had.
You have to try this Japanese barbecue place that we go to.
Okay, what is it called?
It's called I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's Gayu Kaku. It's GYU and then KAKU. There's one in Pasadena and Burbank and LA. But that place is really good because it's like Korean barbecue where they bring you the meats and you cook it yourself, but everything is marinated. Like they have their specialty meats, and they bring you like there's this one called harami steak. It's so good, and then they have the shabu shabu, and you could get like
I love shabu-shabu.
garlic fried rice too as like an entree. You get miso soup. You get wontons. They have everything. Like if you get the all you can eat.
Well, my first experience having shabu shabu was in Japan on our closing night. So I was like, I don't know. I had never had it. So I literally was like, I'm going to make my own version of shabu shabu. And I did. So I still have some of the caldo, like not that much, but just a little bit. So I went to Trader Joe's and they have like in the frozen section, they have like frozen. It's like shrimp, calamari, and scallops. And so like I threw a bag of that in there, and then I added like some, I don't know if they're oyster mushrooms. They're mushrooms that I found at the Asian market that it's like a nice little pack, but they're like long and skinny, and 99 cents, girl. 99 cents. And so I bought 4 bags
added
of
some
that.
spinach to that too.
Oh, I didn't have
Because of
spinach.
the seafood?
But I ate it, and I'm like, I've just been having caldo these last few days.
I love
And
soup.
even though it's been a little hot, but I have the caldo at nighttime, and it just like kind of soothes my soul with a little bit of lemon, and I'm just like, yes. So anyways, highlight or rant?
Highlight! I cut my hair off!
I know, I saw
In
the
case you
video.
haven't already noticed.
Short hair makes everybody
Yeah.
look more youthful.
I chopped off like 7 inches of my hair.
Short hair is fly, bitch.
And Shami was there. I was doing Shama Sandra's hair, and Sham cut my hair. Nicole let her cut my hair.
she did?
Yeah. She was
I
like-
love that
she had
transition video. She's
yes.
like, do, boom. And it
Yeah.
was like short.
Yeah, I needed a new look. Like that mid length just wasn't doing it for me. So I was like, if I can't have my long hair right now, then we're gonna go short. And initially, I thought I was gonna cut it to my jaw, but then I told Nicole because Nicole's sister has a similar haircut, and it's so bomb. She's way younger than me, but I was like, I'm inspired by Gianni's haircut. I'm like, so I need you to cut my hair. So
I like that name, Gianni.
she was like, to your jaw, like, geez. And I was like, maybe not. I just wanted to dangle on my, like, to hover
Shoulder.
right over my shoulder. So we cut it to hover right over my shoulder, but I feel like it's growing. So I think
Our
I
hair
wanna
grows
cut
fast.
Yeah, I feel like I want to cut it a little bit more so that it hovers like right, like between my jaw and my shoulder. And I've been doing the gua sha every single night to like sharpen my jawline so that if I'm wearing a short haircut, I can have a more snatched jawline.
Imagine cutting it off all the black and just like,
Well, if you
imagine
look at here
being
in the
that
front,
ballsy.
No, it's too short still. If you look here in the front, like my sideburn, you could see the very ends of my hair. I can't see what the hell.
Yeah. I
But
can see it.
It's like 3 inches still. So if I wait another 6 months, it'll have grown another 3 inches because when you're healthy, your hair should grow about a half an inch a month. So
Yeah.
in 6 months, I'll have a 3-inch regrowth again. So I could chop it off then. So at least in the underneath, all my color will be gone. But there's a longer space between this part
And
of your
you're
scalp
never
here.
gonna have to dye your hair again.
I know.
God,
I know.
that is amazing right there.
Also, oh no, that's it. That's my highlight.
My highlight is I bought me and Roz a bike, and I had bought myself a bike, and I swore I was gonna be biking every month of the year, but it hasn't been that way. So I was like,
What
you know
a
what?
waste of money.
What a waste of money. I know. But you know what? I'm gonna get to it, huh, Chris? We are gonna
Yep.
book a bike ride.
Chris is ignoring you. He's so sick of this story.
Chris said we're gonna bike
Yeah,
ride, but
look at him. He doesn't even believe you.
But Chris, you're like busy during the week too. So how are we gonna do that?
It ain't gonna happen, Chris. Just tell her. Tell her the truth.
No, yes, it is. It is gonna happen
It's gonna happen. We just have to make a set date, like
Okay,
on a
and
weekend
then-
or something.
on a weekend.
That's gonna
Yeah.
literally be the most expensive bike ride of your life. You go on one bike ride with Chris.
Hold on, Chris.
It was a $3,000 bike ride.
Does it have to be on a weekend?
Ridícula.
It can't be during the week.
Bro, he has a job.
I'm talking to Chris.
Chris, do you want me to advocate for you? You want me to be your lawyer?
It depends, like it depends on the work schedule because I've been working every day in the morning and then all throughout until the night sometimes.
Ah, damn. Okay, hold on. I'm getting a text from my neighbor.
Raquel's forgets people have JOBs.
Oh, okay, perfect. All right. Anyways, oh yeah. So I got myself. So I've been on an
See?
offer
Off
up.
to the next.
I've been on an offer up kick. I actually forgot offer up was an app that was out there that sold stuff. Because
I
everybody
need to put my bike on there.
what bike?
my,
your
my white bike.
Why aren't you using it anymore?
Because I don't have the space anymore since Robert came back in, and it's just taking up unnecessary space.
Yeah.
I just want to get rid of it, and I like to actually bike ride outside more.
Yeah. Because you're actually like, I'm moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people are really big on like it's like, I know which one it is. I think it's the same one that I got, right?
Yeah.
It's like the version of
My
the Peloton.
Mixed fitness.
Susie's selling one and I'm selling one. If y'all are interested.
Why are you selling yours?
Give it because it's taking up too much space, bitch. I got 2 bikes at home. So I got a Schwinn, you guys. I got a Schwinn because I was like, you know what? Since I'm not using my bike for professional reasons, the professional bike, right? I was inspired by JP. I see JP on his bike rides, and I'm like,
But
damn.
that's JP's thing.
But I love biking.
Like, I'm inspired by my friend Wendy, who does body bikini contests. I'm like rooting
Bitch,
her
I
on,
love-
but I'm not about to go.
Back in the days before I had Roz, I used to bike a lot in the riverbed. Like, I like to bike.
Okay,
it's my
you
thing.
didn't used to bike that much.
Yes, Susie, you're not in my everyday life.
I know you and Carlos used to bike a lot.
Yes, a lot. We used to bike every single weekend, or like at least 2 times a weekend. You guys, can I say my story, or is Susie gonna speak for me?
She's lying.
No,
because
I'm
this one
not.
you were still on the radio and you would work a lot on the weekends.
No, I wasn't working on the weekends. I made it happen on the weekends.
You would bike more often. Absolutely.
Susie, shut up. Let me share my story. Oh my God. So
I'm fact checking in real life. You're acting all apprehensive like Donald Trump.
Susie's with me every weekend, you guys, so she knows what I do. And back then, you didn't have my location.
First of all, Raquel doesn't remember half of the shit that she says or does.
Shut up. This is the annoying part about having an older sister, bro. Jesus. Okay, listen.
Fact check.
So, anyways, I got myself a Schwinn because I wanted a bike that I could roll with Roz.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, should I get one of those little attachments on it, or should I get like a one that actually has a bike?
Well,
And
you can switch that out.
I can switch it out. So I found
a bike
one.
or a seat?
I got a Schwinn. It's yellow, which I love yellow. It's one of my favorite colors. And then it has a seat on the back. And
It came that way, or you bought the
It
seat?
came that way.
Okay, you should change the seat.
Why?
Because it's an ugly color.
I like it.
You should get a white so it makes your bike look cute, and then get a cute basket.
Okay,
So
buy
you
that
can put
for me.
all your stuff.
Buy that for me.
Why? Bitch, if you
Why
can
not?
spend $3,000 on a bike that you're not
Listen,
using,
I
you
like-
can buy your chair
I like the bike
and your basket.
just like I have it. I'm gonna keep it. Okay.
Okay.
I like it. And so, anyways, you guys, I bought a Schwinn. I've been riding. Now that bike is being put to use. I've been riding it every single day. Roz loves it.
Through your neighborhood?
I gotta get her a helmet because it's like the smart thing to do. I don't have
Do
a
you
helmet.
have a helmet?
I do, but I don't wear it because I try to look cute, But I gotta get one
You'll
for
get
her.
a ticket.
No, we literally just stay in the neighborhood.
Okay, but if you guys fall, that's really
I know,
stupid.
I know. And I was literally thinking about that, and I was like, if anything happens to me or her, like, no. So I'm getting her a helmet, and I have my helmet already that I bought with
I
my
can't believe
bike.
you just haven't ordered it.
So
But you probably have to measure her head.
I want to actually go to a bike shop to like get her, because I don't want to order the wrong one and then have to,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So I've never ordered a kid helmet. So I think I'm just going to go to the bike shop. I know where there's a bike shop close to me, and I'm just going to go get her fitted for it. But yeah, I've been riding super slow. I've been riding like on the sidewalk, not like on the street.
Oh, I'm sure she loves
She
it.
loves it, and she doesn't want me to stop. Like, I'll go on like I'll circle the block
Do you
like
take
4
Chele
times.
with you?
Chele?
Yeah.
No.
Take him.
Running?
Yeah, they love it. So when we take the
Oh,
kids,
really?
Well, Zion could ride
Can
a
they
bike
keep
now.
up?
Yeah. So before Zion could ride his own bike and keep up, we would put him. We would rent one of those at the beach. We would rent one of those little carts that you put at the end.
Yeah.
So I would put Zion in the cart, and I would.
Oh,
pull
you can
him.
rent those at the beach?
Yeah. I would pull him on my bike, and then Fonzie would run right alongside me. And then Mel and Ariel would get ahead of us because they, she's a little older and they can ride a little faster.
Yeah, and Chele has a lot of energy. He could probably burn that energy.
Fonzie would burn out all the energy. Everybody was exhausted at the end of the night. But Fonzie loved it. So Chele would love it too.
That. Oh my God. Yeah, I think Chula and Chele would actually love it, but I can only do one at a time.
Much.
Yeah, but oh my God, it's such a cute bike. I got it on OfferUp. One of my boys who helped me go pick it up, he was like, girl, you can negotiate with people on OfferUp. Like, they offer this, you offer that.
Yeah.
It's called OfferUp for that reason. So yeah, like, it was posted for one price. I offered him a price, and the guy was like, sure, take it. Because half the time, you kind of have to see how long the item's been on there. And if it's been on there for like 2 months, let's just say, like, they just want to get rid of it.
Yeah.
So that's where I also got Roz a Playhouse.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, she loves it. Like when she's outside, the dogs are inside, she'll be outside and all I hear is like ding dong, ding dong. She's obsessed with ringing the doorbell. And like I have like her little, it has like a fake kitchen and like a little fake burn, like a fake stove and a fake sink. So I have like all her little dishes out there. It's so cute. And I'm just like, how did I forget about OfferUp, man? Because a lot of people talk about Facebook Marketplace now. Because that's a thing too. And I'm like, I've never found anything. I've never even been on Facebook Marketplace.
Really, so I don't know.
So somebody sent me a couple of links when I was looking for a playhouse for Roz, and I was like, oh my God, everything is on Facebook Marketplace too. So it's like an offer.
I think you can even date on Facebook too.
Yeah, girl. One of my girls met her dude on Facebook.
No way.
Dating, yeah.
One of my very good friends, Facebook tried to match her with my ex-husband, which she knows. And she was like, absolutely not.
He was on there?
Of course, he's everywhere.
Oh my God. Yeah, anyways, you guys, those are my 2 purchases of the last 2 weeks. And they were I'm happy with my purchases. Like,
girl, try to get some of your money back and sell your fancy bike. I'm sure you could sell it for a good, decent price. It's brand new. There's no miles on the tires.
It's brand freaking new. Okay, you know what? I'd rather offer things to the squad first if you're in LA. You know what I mean?
You could donate it to me.
I'm not going to donate. If any of you guys are interested in...
I'm not going to donate it. I'm just going to let it fall apart in my garage. That feels better to me.
No, my bike is so pretty too. Damn, dude.
But your mom bike is more realistic to your lifestyle now.
It is.
Than to what you aspire to. You'll be there again one day.
I know.
But JP doesn't have littles.
I mean, he does.
But he also has...
Yeah.
He has
his
spouse.
wife that stays home and takes care of them. Yeah. But I'm just like, in my head, I'm just like, when I see JP biking, I'm like, I'm out there with him.
But even his kids are older than yours.
In my head, I'm like, I'm right there with you, bro, but I'm not. But I am.
You should jump on your still bike.
I know. I think almost for the same price, you could buy those little in-place bike things with a little screen, like your bike.
I have one of those, and we don't use it.
So I'm saying, jump on your Mixed Fitness bike and just follow.
It's called My X Fitness.
It's called Mixed Fitness.
MYX. Yeah, My X Fitness or Mixed Fitness. Okay, anyways. But Susie has that bike for sale, and so do I.
Yeah.
Because I don't have the space for it
want
either.
it, call me, let me know, hit me up. And
how much did we pay for those bikes?
It wasn't a crazy amount. It was like $1,600.
So how much are you going to sell it for?
I was going to let it go for like $5,000.
That's cheap.
I know, but I just need it gone.
Gone. All right. Susie lives in the IE. I live in LA. Listen, if y'all need a My X, I don't know, 500?
Yeah.
Have you tried posting it?
Sitting there.
It's just sitting there.
So it'll bless
it's
somebody.
It's a really good bike.
Have you guys tried?
You want to buy one for your girlfriend, Chris?
No, I haven't bought. I asked Mel if he could put on OfferUp because he does OfferUp. I don't. So I just need to send him a picture to do that. But no, yeah. If you guys are interested, let me know. But yeah, no, it's literally just sitting there.
Yeah, mine is
collecting dust. So I'd rather let it go for $500 and bless somebody that can really, really use it than to either let it sit there until it breaks down or to be greedy. And it was $1,600 brand new.
Yeah.
And
we both got it brand
it's
new.
like,
And you know what else I'm going to be selling soon is my Duna. The Duna that I use for Roz because she's growing out of it.
No, she's grown out of it.
Well, no, she's not.
She's tall.
She hasn't grown out of it. She has to be 35 pounds.
Or how high?
Or how many inches? I don't remember.
And
I think it's
tall.
35 inches. I don't think she's 35 inches yet. She's tall, but she's going to be grown out of that very soon. So I'm going to be getting rid of the Duna too, which I think brand new, the Duna is like 600, 650, 700. So I'll be getting rid of that for probably like $350.
You should for her clothes.
I have a lot of fucking things I could put on OfferUp.
You should open up, what are those things called? Poshmark.
No, I do the consignment store in Norco.
Oh.
I take them donations and then I get stuff. You know what I mean? So that works for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I'm not.
So why don't you do the Duna there?
Poshmark?
No, at the consignment.
I don't know. Good question. I don't know if they need one. They probably need anything that's related to a kid. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyways, guys, enough of our stuff that we got to get rid of.
Enough of our remate. That was so random.
Oh my God, seriously. No, it's because I was talking about my 2 purchases that I got off of OfferUp. Okay, so listen.
Okay, so now that you have a bike, we can go bike riding because we bike ride often.
Yeah. That bike is perfect for the beach.
Do you have a bike hitch?
I don't.
Because you need to be able to put your bike on your Jeep and take it.
I
to the
don't have a
beach.
bike hitch.
So order that. You could order that.
That sounds like a lot.
No, Mel could install it, but you need
That
to
sounds
order
like
it.
a lot. Okay, we'll talk about that later. But listen,
Wow.
so I wanted to talk today about people that are using ChatGPT to actually be their therapist. There's people that are using ChatGPT to actually be their therapist.
You're lying.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
You're
and it's
lying right
actually
now.
it's actually helping a lot of people. Like it's actually, so open your mind, okay? It's actually helping a lot of people.
That
and
actually makes me sad.
but we're living in a space where AI is active. It's very active. It's the thing.
Okay, I get it. And AI is helpful in a lot of ways, but for it to replace human interaction, like that's wild.
Well, I've kind of like went down a rabbit hole this week on TikTok on like people that are finding out and they're asking ChatGPT because they talk to it so much. So like ChatGPT knows all about you. It knows about because if you're using this as a therapist, you're talking to ChatGPT about your problems. You're talking to it about your relationship. You're talking to it about your relationship with your mom. You're talking to it about everything. So you're giving this like information voluntarily to this robot. I mean, is it a robot? It's just, what is it?
Artificial intelligence. It's
artificial
like a
intelligence.
robot. It's a computer that's programmed to talk back to you.
So you're pouring so much out that it's talking to you and it's telling you, and people are asking ChatGPT about their soul purpose. Like, what is my soul's purpose?
How does ChatGPT know?
So
Like
there's
that doesn't
this is why I want
mental illness.
This is why I want to get into this conversation, because I was actually just talking to one of my buddies and I was like, you know what? Your soul's purpose, you should know that. I should not have to relate on a computer or a artificial intelligence or a robot to tell me what makes me feel like I'm in my purpose. That's what I feel first and foremost. And in my head, I'm thinking, if you don't talk that much to ChatGPT, how does ChatGPT know what your soul purpose even is, right? So people are using it like they're asking about their soul purpose. They're asking it to do it tarot readings, like do me a reading with my tarot. What does my tarot say, right? They're asking it about the Akashic records. So I'm just mentioning different things that I've seen on TikTok. Therapists are saying, wow, so I'm a therapist and my client told me that they're using ChatGPT. And so I went down this rabbit hole as a therapist. These are therapists talking on TikTok and they're like, I'm utterly surprised on how comforting ChatGPT is to these people.
Okay, but
what I will say,
isn't there to babysit and comfort
well, that's
you?
what I was going to tell you. This one therapist on TikTok that I found, she says, but what I will tell you is that ChatGPT is going to tell you what you want to hear. So they're not going to challenge you like a real therapist would. Like, that's my job as a LMFT, licensed family marriage therapist, to challenge you, to get out of your comfort zone, to help ChatGPT is going to tell you what you want to hear. And I feel like a lot of people may be getting lost in that, right? Like, it's not challenging you. It may. I don't know if you're asking it, if you're triggering it with the right questions, but for the most part, it's going to be like in your favor. So I want to talk about
that is wild.
Susie, like, do you have TikTok?
I have TikTok.
Okay, so
I don't go on TikTok often though because I don't have time. Let me tell you, this is the thing this is why when you said that, I instantly felt sad because when I need to talk to somebody, I talk to people.
Yeah.
Like I have a community. Y'all know that community, how I feel about community and the importance of being around people that help pull you out of dark places when you are falling into one. Like there's nothing there. How can a computer comfort me? How can a computer hug me when I feel that I need physical touch from somebody? Listen, I don't think that a robot or AI could ever replace human connection. I will always believe that human connection is the way to go. But I use ChatGPT like when I'm in a stump. Like if I need a show prep, I'm like, hey, ChatGPT, what's trending right now for a podcast that is about blah, 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 blah. And the ChatGPT spits me out the idea and it's like, okay, cool. It gets my juices going. But to sit there and be like, hey, so today, I had a really hard day and my husband, I'm like, no, bitch. I'm going to call somebody that's going to challenge me.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to talk back to me, not robotically. Like,
well,
that's
no, Chris was
scary and
saying that
sad.
ChatGPT has voices now that talks to you like in your
No, not
like
voices, but the way it responds is responding like a real person. Like it'll be, hey, what's up, bro? Like, how's your day going? I'm chilling. What about you? Like, it
Oh
literally
God,
talks
no!
to you like a
Literally, the
person.
thought of that gives me the chills.
Well,
like, that
Judy,
is not
this
cool.
This is what the new generation like. It's so important to know this, right? Like, I heard the other day that Trump is trying to pass a bill where he's going to start teaching first graders how to use AI. So the fact that this is going to be part of our
that should tell you
future-
something. They want these people, these children, this society to be so isolated and so dependent on artificial
Technology.
intelligence, not your own intelligence, so that they can continue so that they could deeper and deeper and deeper control you. Because who even makes the software for AI?
Oh my
Oh,
God.
hell to the no.
Yeah. So this is the direction we're going in. And I don't think people realize, because everyone's like, oh no, AI. Like, it is here. And it's actually, I feel like it's subtly here. It's like the more we're going to start seeing autonomous cars, like people are seeing those Waymo cars, that's going to become very normal. That's going to become a thing. Like like Tesla's going to have the autonomous cars very soon. Like, it's
They already do.
happening. Tesla's has cars that
Drive themselves. Absolutely.
No, I'm talking about like the Waymo cars. Have you seen those Waymo cars in LA? Tesla has cars like that?
No.
No. They have a technology that you don't hold the wheel and it drives itself.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about those cars that have no people in them and you sit in the back and you literally put your trust in a driverless car.
You know what?
That's crazy
No,
to me.
I was born in the 70s and I grew up in the 80s and I was a teen in the 90s, and nothing will ever replace those vibes.
I know. So this
nothing,
is what I want
nothing. I don't care how advanced and how much technology we have to be in the streets, to be with your friends, to not have a leash by your parents, to know what it is to get dirty, to drink from a water hose, to get sunburned because you were in the sun all summer long. Like, nothing replaces that.
Yeah, no, I agree. Nothing replaces that. I agree. But we're not there anymore. I mean, and I think that we can create that type of reality and environment for our children where they touch things and get dirty and take them away from the computers. We have the power as parents to like not create kids that are dependent on technology.
And we have the power as a people to create community. I was just reading this thing and it said like in the 1900s, which sounds like such a long time ago, but we were all born in the 1900s, most of us. Our grandparents had a third place.
Oh,
it wasn't
love
work
when you.
and it wasn't home.
I love that.
And I was
reposted
like,
that.
I create third places because I do believe in the power of community.
But
and
you know
it's
what's
so
crazy
important
is when
for
you
a third
travel.
place.
When you travel, that third place is very much a part of the community. When I went to Italy, you see those old men
Playing
sitting on
domino
a bench
outside.
in the Dominican Republic playing dominoes. Like it's everywhere but the United States. This is why people are leaving the United States. It doesn't feel safe anymore. It feels off in a big way.
But this is why, as long as I'm here, I will always fight for a third place and create spaces where people can come and be a part of that third place. It's so important.
It really is. But I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, we do create this community with the podcast, but in real life, I'm talking about like
I created it in real life too.
No, in community for people, we do live events, but I'm just saying it's people's responsibility.
Yes.
To create those third places in their lives. Like,
Yes,
you're not
yes.
going to be like every weekend, hey, ladies, we're getting together. No, you got to do that in your own
there's
life.
too many of us here on the podcast, but for example, we're about to celebrate our anniversary, Mel and I, and so he was like, hey, let's reach out to such and such and such and such and such and such couples that we've traveled with. He's like, and see if they want to come hang out with us on our anniversary. So we're going to do that. We're going to reach out to couples that we've traveled with and see if they're available, if they want to come hang. But in my own community, like my friends, my family, I create community. I have to.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
it's important.
But it's
For
crazy.
mental fucking health.
It is. But that's why today's show was going to be so good, because the way I want it, I literally titled it like this: Are we being replaced or upgraded?
And speaking of which, did you see that some of the ladies that traveled to Costa Rica got together this
I
weekend?
did. I saw it in
That's
the
a vibe.
I saw that in the community on Patreon squad. Good job.
Yeah,
I
that's
think they
a
were like at a
vibe.
brewery or something, right?
I don't know exactly
what it
where they
looked
were. I
like.
didn't ask. You know me, bitch. I don't ask.
Look,
That is a gift that I think God, he has put on me. I don't ask. I don't want to know things that are not my business. If you volunteered
me
to
too.
me, okay, cool. I will celebrate that with you. But if like I didn't ask Gigi where she was going. I just
did.
said, hey, I'm so proud of you for being brave enough to take the next step for your growth. I congratulated her and I told her I was proud of her, and never once did it even occur to me to say, like, where are you going?
That was my first thing. I was like, girl, you're leaving Chicago? Where are you going? And she's like, Spain. I was like, oh my God. And you know what's so crazy? I'm not the person that's like, hi, good morning. Like, hope you're doing great. I go straight to the question. I'm like, what, girl? Because I love Chicago. And when I saw her, I was like, I know why I left Chicago for work, but I know when something's home.
No, you left Chicago because you were in love.
I left Chicago because I had an opportunity to be on the radio here, sis.
You wanted to come back because of your fiance at the time, too. Don't
No,
lie.
I can't. Bitch, it's always been around about my grind, bitch. Not my fiance at that time.
It was both. Don't lie.
No, it was because I got a job to be on Latino 963.
I'm going to find the episode where you talked about it and you said.
No, it was not. We came back and I broke up. We broke up because he wasn't it.
Because you woke up with an engagement ring on. Wait a second.
That was in Chicago. Yeah, he proposed to me in Chicago because, I don't know, he thought that was going to keep me. And I was just like, no, like, I'm here for work. And if you want to move here, move here. And if you don't, then I'm going to still be here for work. But no, I transferred back because I got an opportunity to be on Latino. Remember you hit me up and you're like, sis, what are you doing in Chicago? There's a reggaeton station that just popped up over here. And I was like, you know what, bitch? What the fuck am I doing in Chicago?
I've always had brilliant ideas.
Okay, so it's not because of a fiance.
You're welcome. There
And
would not even be a Roxy if it wasn't for me. I just want.
Oh, God.
Okay, just kidding. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Shut up.
Let's cut this
Listen,
here.
so are we being replaced or are we being upgraded? And I want to get into that because this is a really controversial topic, especially for people like me, Susie, my mom's generation. Like, imagine that generation. But the
We
thing
gotta
is,
protect the
let
old
me tell
people
you-
at all costs.
Let me tell you, I was sharing a little bit about ChatGPT with my mom the other day. My mom, as much as she wants to resist it, she was blown the fuck away. She was like, she got an idea. She's gonna call her.
ChatGPT is great.
It's great. So I want to just talk
but
about.
it shouldn't replace people.
Well, don't be surprised if it does.
Or
and robots.
I should say, it shouldn't replace that human connection. And that is my stance, and I'm standing on it.
Okay, we'll be right back, you guys.
Two sisters, two voices.
You think it, we say it.
Straight up sisters.